Hey friend, welcome back to Mindset Medicine, where we do not ignore or bypass the hard stuff. We break it wide open. I am Dr. Tanya B., your emotional ER expert, nervous system whisperer, and spiritual street fighter when it comes to healing the deep-rooted mess that makes anxiety feel like your forever roommate. Today's episode is a sacred call out and a soft landing for every high-functioning, overperforming woman who has been living in perpetual survival mode. You know what I'm talking about. Anxiety, masked as ambition, burnout dressed up as being just really productive, and avoidance that is disguised as being strong. So let's stop mad dashing away from ourselves and what we really need, and then finally take that breath that will actually matter. Are you ready? Hey there, my sister, my friend. Welcome to the Dr. Tanya B podcast with me, Dr. Tanya B. I am here to help you be your best, most authentic self, your life, your way. We're going to talk everything self-care, self-love, mindset, and personal growth with a splash of hippie woo. I am proud of you for giving yourself this time today, so let's not waste time and let's dig in. If you have been along the ride with me this month, you know that I have been talking about anxiety. The first episode in June shared the guided meditation that is designed to bring you back to center and to come back into your body. You showed up, you breathed, you remembered that calm is not just a luxury, it is your baseline when the static clears. Do not forget that meditation is a reset button you can hit anytime. No apology, no permission required. And then last week, we got honest about the spiral, the cycles of overthinking, of overfunctioning, of secretly Googling, am I dying or is this just anxiety? We explored how to interrupt that loop, not with shame, but with skill and compassion. And so now we are going to go a little bit deeper, because once you have paused the spiral and created a little bit of space, the real invitation is this. What happens when you stop running? That's where we're headed today. So let's start here. Anxiety is not your personality. It's survival mode and is not your identity. But when you have been living in this go, 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 perform, don't feel, hold it all together energy for years, maybe even decades, it becomes harder to separate who you are from how you have coped. So let me break this down. Survival mode keeps your body in a chronic state of hypervigilance. You are not just reacting to today, you are reacting to every moment that your body did not feel safe, but had to keep going. That is not laziness, my friend. That is not laziness. This is your nervous system protecting you in the only way that it knows how, with that was a rough one, hyperactivity, shutdowns, over-controlling, maybe even numbing. And then to try to be still for just a little bit, for stillness for so many people feels like danger when you have learned that movement equals safety. One of my clients came to me absolutely wired. So this is a successful person. She is a wife. She's a mom. She's the queen of the calendar. She was having panic attacks in Target and still somehow managing to hold it all together without anyone noticing that she was not okay. She said things like, if I slow down or stop, everything will fall apart. So my question to her sounds something like, what if everything is already falling apart? You're just too busy to notice that it's falling apart. And so that tends to land. And so for this woman in our first few sessions, we didn't dig into big healing plans or even necessarily the mindset work. We start with breath. We practice sitting still for 30 seconds without reaching for her phone, without her planner or a problem to solve. She loved it and she hated it. And she wanted to tell me that this was a waste of her time. Sometimes her hands shook. She felt super uncomfortable, but then she exhaled. She was breathing. This is what I want you to know. Stillness isn't about doing nothing. It's about getting comfortable in your own presence. It's about coming back to you. And yes, that can be terrifying at first. It often is, but it is also how we interrupt the cycle of anxious living. Here's the thing that no one tells you. Healing is not a Zen calm process. It usually isn't any fun at all. Sometimes it feels like suffocation, not because you're doing it wrong, but because your body has equated this rest with danger. But that is actually the doorway. That is where we reclaim peace by retraining our nervous system so that it is safe to slow down. So let's talk about how we do that. The first thing that you can do is figure out that safety comes before strategy. So before you start chasing your goals, fixing patterns, or signing up for another productivity hack, ask yourself, does this feel safe in my body? Does this feel safe in my body? And then the second thing is to create regulation before you start reframing. So stop trying to think your way out of anxiety while your body is still in fight or flight mode. Just breathe, move, shake it off, repeat, breathe, move, shake it off. Literally shake it off. It is a 30-second exercise that you can do. And once you've done that, you get to rewrite the story. So this is where you have to also remember that permission does not come before perfection. You do not need to meditate for 45 minutes or journal for exactly 3 pages. You need to pause, take 90 seconds, breathe. That counts. Let's do a quick somatic reset right here. So close your eyes. At least if you're in a safe position, you know the drill. Only do this if it makes sense for you at this moment. Otherwise, come back to it. So close your eyes, put one hand on your chest, one hand on your belly, and then inhale through your nose very slowly. And then exhale through your mouth with a sigh. You don't have to master this. You just have to meet yourself here, one breath at a time. Now say to yourself, I am safe in stillness. I do not have to earn my rest. I can slow down without falling apart. My peace is not conditional. Now take one more nice deep breath in through your nose. And as you exhale, let your shoulders drop. Let your jaw unclench. Let your belly soften. Lean in just a little bit. Friend, survival mode is here to help you. Stillness is what helps you stay in that moment. So if today's episode hits home for you, I want to invite you to keep going, not with pressure, but with practice. So if you are ready to take the next step, not just out of anxiety, but back into alignment, here is where you can go. You can grab the Anxiety Reset Toolkit. It is only $27 and is full of in-the-moment tools to calm your system when anxiety starts to hijack your day. You can also join us in the Resilience Lab. This is where we go deeper into nervous system regulation, mindset healing, and soulful self-reclamation. Or if you are ready for high-touch transformation, then let's talk about one-on-one coaching. So just book a discovery call. The links for all 3 of those things are in the notes, or you can find them on my website, www.drtanyab.com. You, my friend, are not too far gone. You are not broken. You are brave enough to stop running. And that is where real peace begins. Let me know how I can help. I love you.